Before you click off on this ad video, I just want to say this. You see this? This is prime A5 Wagyu pure suffering you got right here. Ain't nothing more perfect than a slice of this. A5 Wagyu of a mental breakdown that a young lad decided to do for content. In the house that this young lad lived in, there was this basement called the Harry Potter basement. A small enclave, like cave. At this point, it's not even really considered a closet, it is considered a cave at this point that existed underneath the stairs. And what this young lad did was, well, he recalled that in the previous tenants, a person actually lived there. Which is actually unbelievable by many accounts and powers. So he decided to attempt to live there for 24 hours on his own. Has barely freaking anything. Honestly, we're only like 5 minutes in, and I'm kind of going a little insane. So, how is everyone doing? It's 12:35 right now. Maybe I should also be showing, like, what time it is? Not quite sure how to do that. Oh, like, okay, so this reminds me of, like, one of those, Japanese hotels, like the really small capsule hotels. But at least in a capsule hotel, it's hygienic. Should be hygienic. You get to lay down. I actually physically cannot lay down here. No, I'm serious. Like, the length at which the computer is at right now is the like, from here to the computer is the furthest distance. My legs literally cannot make it there. So, like, what's not to love about it? We have an existential crisis too, with just a little bit, just, you know, a dash of existential crisis just sprinkled all around this video as well. Parental and familial abuse, the closest thing we got. So in this part of the video, I did my best to, like, try to go to bed. I was having so much trouble, mainly because the location that I'm in is actually incredibly small. Like, I can't stretch out my legs without hitting the computer, and even then, the floor, I did my best to clean up before this challenge was done, and it still wasn't clean fully, and there was a bunch of dust there, and it would have actually just caused me problems, itchy all over my body, which it still did all the way towards the end of the challenge, but it still would have affected me throughout the entire thing. And what happened was, I was doing my best to just curl up in the corner with a sheet and try to go to bed as much as possible, also removing the lights from the computer, but unfortunately I was just having way too much trouble. I couldn't do it, and it was around, like, I think 10 or 11, and I really wanted to get sleep. I didn't get sleep the day before that much with this challenge, and I was trying my best, but I just couldn't do it, man. I just couldn't. It just didn't work. So this is just me legitimately just struggling through all of it. Speaking of, I never really grew out my hair. Oh my god. Literally, this turns into, like, there's no one here, so I have to continuously say things because I'm like, hello, is anyone here? We see how, like, if I was in here for a year, like, this is punishment. I will say that. Sure, I have other options like leaving the area, but so did Harry Potter. His was just pure abuse. This is abuse. Like, this isn't as big as the cupboard, but, like, all he had was a bed. Like, goddamn, I can legitimately believe it. I can legitimately believe that he could go insane here. I'm going insane, and it's only been 2 hours. Like, what do I do? Just basically threw my whole streaming, like, setup here. A barely functioning mic, a barely functioning camera, and a terabyte. I also think that, like, I did not get a lot of sleep last night, and I'm zoning out reading, so I can't even read. So, like, the best legitimate thing I can do is just go to bed. I kind of want to pee, though. Goddamn. Guess I'll pee. I like the fact that that door is, like, straight up just like that. That's really, like, that's... Yeah, that's not it. I mean, I could cover it with something else. As if that's really gonna do anything, but at least it feels like enclosed, I guess. The whole thing just shut down and disconnected for a while. For just a little bit. Like, not that long, but just a little bit. I think because, like, it disconnected with them. Hello. Oh my god, my voice is shot because, well, I guess I finally got sleep for the first time in like 2 days. Even though everything hurts. My back hurts. My neck hurts. Everything kinda hurts. Literally all online. Chapter 1, The Boy Who Lived. Mr. and Mrs. Dursley of number 4 Privet Drive were proud to say that they were perfectly normal, thank you very much. They were the last people you'd expect to be involved in anything mysterious or strange, because they just didn't hold with such nonsense. Dursley was thin and blonde and had nearly twice the usual amount of neck. Long man? The Dursleys had a small son called Dudley. In their opinion, there was no finer boy anywhere. And her good-for-nothing husband was as un-Dursleyish as it is possible to be. Yeah, because the Dursleys are literally bullies. Like, yeah, it is kind of hard for bullies to be friends with non-bullies. Despite the fact that I do kind of believe, like, well, I don't know how Britain is, but I'm pretty sure everyone has some sort of concept that being bullied is a bad thing. None of them noticed a large tawny owl flutter past the window. In all fairness, it's not like the wizarding world's any better either. They own slaves. The elves are slaves. Literally, the elves are slaves. And I'm kind of surprised. You know, I did read I did read like discussions about how like Hermione really did actually try to end slavery in the wizarding world, and she wanted Harry to join, and then Harry was mainly kind of like and that's kind of crazy. But I also think it's because Harry Potter didn't see them as slaves like that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a line where he was like, well, if they enjoy it, it's fine. But that doesn't mean that it's good, right? It is still ultimately slavery. And I would also try to just talk a little bit more. The weird thing, and I'll mention this in the video as well in the future, probably, that it feels weird. It really feels like there's other people in the room, and I just have to talk to people. And but there's no one there, so it feels like I'm just talking to no one, but like at the same time I'm doing it to make sure that I don't know, just don't feel crazy or insane over the whole thing. So that's just this section sped up in the video. Hey, what's up guys? This is just me trying not to just mentally just die or break down or anything, and this is exactly as it looks. It's, oh my god. I know it wasn't that long, but like, man, just having no space to like even like stretch your legs or stretch your being in, it really does feel miserable. Which is not good. I mean, right? Also, if he slept like this, I that kind of makes a lot of sense as to why Daniel Radcliffe isn't as tall as the rest of them. Hermione was literally at least treated like a human being. In fact, she was treated as... well, in fact, she was an only daughter, right? Why'd they name their son Dudley? Like, imagine naming your son Dudley Dursley. Are we sure that Dudley himself wasn't abused? He was, like, in the movie, he was pretty fat for a kid, like, portly. I wouldn't say that that's innately bad, because I don't think being fat's bad, but... like, I mean, come on now. He wasn't like, he didn't look like the greatest kid. I mean, they tried to make him look better in the Order of the Phoenix movie, but like, I'm pretty sure both of them weren't like that. I mean, he wasn't all that. Like, come on, let's be real here. Like, he really wasn't all that and stuff. So, rejoice for you know who is gone at last. But who says that randomly to like a person who you deem as quote-unquote muggle when they have no understanding of the concept of the wizarding world. Now that stranger's a bit weird, I would say. Like, he's like if it wasn't real, he's a little bit like the Subway guys. And then he hugged him and walked off? What? People don't interact with, like, normal people outside of, like, the world like that. And I don't mean, like, friendly. I mean, like, hugging random strangers. I think that's a bit strange, personally. The Dursley's still rooted in the spot he's been hugged by a complete stranger. That would be called a muggle, whatever that was. It does sound... Muggles... The word muggle does sound pretty insulting. Hang on. Oh! Ah! Oh. Imagining things, which he had never hoped for because he didn't approve of imagination. How did this guy live? Did he get bullied so hard that he's just like this? Like, if I were to live the life that I purely did want to live, I think that would be okay. To be something like Ringo, but that's not, I don't think that would be possible. Mainly because... Yeah, towards the end here I kind of go into a crisis a little bit. Just a little bit. Not that much. This is probably just minimal compared to the average person, but I mean, it was kind of like the fears and the issues I've had at the time that I was recording this, and I really don't really know much more to say. I mean, at the moment that's what I was truly feeling, and I don't know. I kind of really didn't want to keep it in because it was so personal, but at the same time, I mean, it is what happened, and I think I do want to highlight that as a concept there, so it happened. Sure, maybe I'll want a dog, but that's still money. Dogs are still expensive. Pets are still expensive. I'm not sure if I can handle that responsibility either, but still, even so, I'll still have to achieve the monetary aspect of it. I think the isolation has gotten to me. I legitimately think the isolation has gotten to me. Those fears will still be there. I can try coaxing them, I guess, but I've had these fears ever since I attempted to go to college. And I don't know, I'm also scared because my parents, I think my parents desperately want me to have a child. Because my sister says she doesn't want one. But, like, I can't take care of kids. It's not that I can't, I'm scared I'll screw them up. You know? I'm scared that, like, I'm scared that they'll turn out, like, not in the way that'll disappoint me, but, like, I'm scared that, you know, they'll beat people, bully people. I can do everything I want, and it could still end up terribly. Hello, I am back again, Sleazy Salesman Sam here. Just love you all. Unfortunately, the audio here kind of cut out for some reason or another. Literally, nothing happened. The audio just completely just removed, and well, I'll just come in here to because I need to actually sell you this product. Essentially, what happened was the audio cut off. He somehow survived. Fortunately, unfortunately, he was scarred for the rest of his life and had to live in a perpetual state of being himself for the rest of his life. So sadly, we have that going on here. But don't you worry. Physically speaking, this product is perfectly safe and to consume and enable for your housing pleasure, housing utilities, amenities, and existence, especially for the life of those. And we'll be seeing you next time when we inadvertently try to make this young boy go through something else again to to showcase for future entertainment value. I'll see you later.